Good morning, folks. Today, Sunday, May 9th, 2021. A lot of interesting things going on in the market. The folks who are on their way here probably looking for our analysis of Dogecoin and what we think is going to happen next now that it's had a massive retracement, something we had been talking about for a lot of cryptocurrencies across the board. We're concerned, does Doge signal larger market momentum? We're going to take a look at it and what we expect. But first, a couple notes. Channel's not financial advice. We're not a financial advisor. We're not a licensed financial advisor, nor do we purport to be one. We're here for education and entertainment. We enjoy the charts and doing charts in the community. We'll never tell you what to buy, when to buy, and we hope that you're down with that. Frankly, you should be. You shouldn't want folks to tell you what to buy, when to buy. That's not good for you. But go ahead, hit the subscribe button on the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into this crypto. So, Dogecoin. A lot of stuff going on here. I'm not going to draw a fancy chart, frankly, because I am not actively trading Doge at the moment. I'm considering it now with this current retrace, but I honestly want this to go back below a penny before I'm touching it again. I'll admit the bias here. I do not have long-term confidence in Doge. And folks that do have long-term confidence in Doge, I always ask them the questions like, do you know how this coin works? Like the technology side to it. Like, do you know how it functions? Because it does not necessarily seem like a good store of value. It seems to be very counter to a store of value. But that said, let's get into the chart and what we think is happening here. Obviously, we've had a massive retrace today. I think it's marked down as 31% down. Let's go ahead and draw, from the sort of recent peak to current, we are down 40%, which is a massive hit to a lot of Doge bags out there. Certainly feel bad for the folks that are sitting in on this and that, bought up here hoping for, subtle push up to this range. Doge is potentially a concerning sign for the market at large. Let's pull up some comparisons here. Let's look at Bitcoin and the dollar. I don't know that it's gonna show up in a way that's very readable. Let's see. Yeah. Let's take that off there. Let's see. Because Doge, the problem is Doge has pretty much outperformed everything else. Everything. It outperformed most things. Yeah, we're not going to get a good chart on this based on how things have gone. That's okay. We'll accept that. The thing about this situation is that, you have to factor in the lot of hype into the price momentum on this asset. And I don't know how big that hype is. And I should say, I know how big the hype is. It's huge. I don't know if the hype is enough. I think, one of the things I learned from the whole GMC scandal was how quickly cleverly designed asset category, or just simply an asset, can gobble up buying interests and still be bearish. I think of the movements on silver that ate up a lot of capital when folks were worried about targeted short squeezes after everything happened with GameStop. But watching that was pretty impressive, and you got a little bit of that feeling here with just this massive downward candle. We're down 31% on the day. Very concerning. Where do we think Doge goes next? Obviously, we've drawn this range. Doge has really been a wait-and-see coin for us. We are more than happy to admit that we made mistakes. We had plenty of Doge before this this move. We had we had Doge that was so cheap, and we're upset about that. Rightfully so. Retirement would have been nice instead of everything else that we do, but that's okay. It happens, and it'll happen again with something else, and hopefully we will get it right. Hopefully you will get it right there too. It's a good lesson in sort of irrational investing. And, you know, it would make sense irrationally to just put some more money in Doge, hoping it goes to $1. But the thing is I'm looking at other assets at this point, because even if Doge goes to $1 from where we are right now, like 130% gain off of an asset like Doge isn't really that great to me anymore. I mean, the thing is that folks got to understand that, you know, a lot of people in the crypto space who are not new to the crypto space, yeah, let's see some real numbers here. Like, these are the gains that folks are out there who are making millions off Doge have been looking at. Not like the, oh, I wrote it from 6 cents to 30 cents. Like, this is freaking 5,000% return from January 26th. Like, that is just mind-blowing. I wish I didn't sell those bags that I had. I can't be too salty, though, because they did go into stuff back in November that rode into the GMC stuff. So, you know, that worked out okay. But, you know, really, like, this is what it is. Doge is in an interesting spot. Obviously, it's either gonna go up or down. I mean, it could always range, but the problem is that we're looking at a lot of downward momentum here. Should it retrace? Sorry for the delay there, folks. It might be a little choppy music. I had to take care of a little cat in the house, and that is done. So we'll get back here. We were just talking about concern for the retrace. Folks that are out there, you know, we will say Doge is a place where you could lose all your money. And I'll say it again for the people in the back. Doge is a place you could lose all your money. Genuinely. At this point, I don't really see this long as worth it. You know, even if we hit that magic Doge to $1 from 43 cents, I'm more worried about Doge to like 5 cents or like 1 cent than I'm excited for it to go to $1. And I mean, this is what, like, we've almost got like a nice little Wyckoff going on here too, when that would make so much sense that we would just get such a like little basic pattern off of this market movement like that. You know, we'll leave it on. Doge to negative 12 cents. That's the call. You heard it here. No, I honestly, like, I fully expect Doge to like retrace to like 7 or 8 cents. I think that makes sense. I can see it at 20 cents. I frankly, I never saw it where it was now, and I would be shocked for it to maintain this value in the near term, especially with some of the rumblings of the rest of the market. It does make me wonder, are we moving to smart money? And I don't mean smart money as in like banks, retail investors. I mean, are we moving, are returns going to start moving to assets that make sense in the long term and that are smart investments as traders and retail get more and more educated after some of these like trading frenzies? So let's take a look at some of these other charts really quick before we pop out for the morning. A little bit quicker than normal on the video. Of course, second time in the video, nice reminder, you know, we're not a financial advisor, nor do we purport to be one. Our videos are not financial advice. They're financial education, financial entertainment. Basically, we just enjoy looking at charts and sharing that. We've been doing this for a while, and we like sharing it. You know, our charts are what they are, and we think they're good. We think they've predicted some things that have benefited us greatly. Don't multitask while you're making crypto videos. Don't multitask while you're doing that. All right, so you know, we'll go ahead and update this. This is the big scary that we've been looking at. You know, if you're familiar with the channel, you'll know this like hellish looking chart that really isn't that fancy. Some people show you charts that look like this and they're just like ridiculous. This is not a fancy chart. This is just a long-term analysis with a trend line that we've been watching for a while. It looks less ridiculous if you change out the time, but for those that haven't seen this, you know, we've really been watching this sort of dotted trend line and worried, concerned about a new trend line forming. The recent movement seems to be reconfirming the black trend line, which is the good news. It's what we want to happen. We're keeping our eyes on it, but we're a lot more comfortable with Bitcoin above this dotted red line. So we're keeping our eyes on that. We really want to see sort of 75,000. It's kind of our mark, is that we think the top's going to come in around there and probably going to retrace to 40, 30,000. So before we dip out for the day, we're going to go back to this March 22nd chart that started it all, in our opinion, with Bitcoin dominance. As altcoins become more and more viable, Bitcoin loses its market share. This process has been sort of something that people have been inevitably calling for. It was sort of inevitable as as altcoins become more and more use heavy. You know, if you've been here long enough, if you've been in the space long enough, you know that Bitcoin's not getting adopted in the way that like Cardano or some of the Ethereum tokens might get adopted, and that has pretty big implications. So, you know, back March 22nd, we were saying, hey, we're looking for an alt season. It's feeling good. Weather's starting to get nice, and we're expecting a long decline in Bitcoin dominance. And what did we see? Boom, boom. Interesting point. You know, we'll probably do some more analysis on Bitcoin dominance, looking at some correlations later. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and sign off for the day on that note. If you don't subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe, drop the like, let me know in the analysis below, what cryptocurrency did you lose the most money on? Was it Dogecoin? Is it Dogecoin? I'm sorry. Have a good day, folks.